Here we are. Coffee time.
Good morning.
Good morning. I have to share with you we wait for people to join us in the live portion. And if you're catching this on the replay, great story today. Just kidding. I was rushing to make coffee to come and chat with you today, Colleen. And I reached I have this like basket of the Keurig pods, right? And I really only have one kind in there most of the time, but I pulled one out, threw it into the thing. And when it was brewing, I was like, it kind of smells like peppermint in the kitchen. I'm like, I wonder what I did. Still not thinking. Mix all my vanilla coffee creamer in. I
Ooh,
sit down and take a sip as I'm logging on to meet with you. And all of a sudden I'm like,
it's good.
what is in my cup? So I had to run back to the Keurig and look, and I brewed a cup of peppermint tea, which I love, but I wouldn't normally doctor my peppermint tea the same way I do my coffee. And so
You've got to
it's
name
got
it, Jody. Do you have a
kind of
name
a
for it
weird
now?
flavor.
Do you have a name for it?
I don't know. Should we call it vanilla mint?
Peppy Joe.
Mintilla?
I love the combination of that. I should try that sometimes.
Mintilla Joe. We'll call it Mintilla Joe.
If I'm not drinking coffee in the
Oh,
morning, then I do love a tea. I love
yeah.
peppermint tea.
Now, we got to look at your cup a little closer.
Yes.
Good morning, Angie. This
Yay.
is so great. I like how I lean in like that's going to help.
Can you see that?
It's so perfect. Did you find that somewhere? Or did you make it?
I got this from a wonderful friend, Barb Matwee. She has been, we started connecting through my music, but most of my fans become friends. And so Barb was so sweet. She presented me with this gift and a beautiful card and just always showing encouragement. And so I love it. And I learned that Elvis Presley always drank from the opposite of the handle. So I was like, oh yeah, that's how.
You got to channel that. Channel your Presley. Have you seen the movie Priscilla? It's out now, right?
Not yet. No, but I will. Yeah.
You're a big fan.
I've been to Graceland. It was surreal. And they say you're not allowed to take pictures, but I took pictures. And then get this. Okay, Jody, this is the klutz of me.
You're like badass.
But what happened? The batteries and the bottom of my camera fell out, rolled off onto his shag carpet where the teddy bear is. And if anybody's been to the whole mansion, I was like, oh my gosh, security was like, you can't go there. So the rest of my picture taking stopped after that. Yeah. I'll have to share some pictures from Graceland with you.
That was the universe being, you got a couple, but that's it. That's it.
Yeah. It seems smaller. It's weird, but I mean, I know that was the mansion, but it seemed smaller going into it. It was surprising, but you could feel presence. Definitely.
Oh, that's very cool. Good morning, Dwayne. Dwayne says we should try President's Choice winter tea. It's peppermint chocolate.
Ooh, President's Choice. Good savings,
Dwayne,
too.
you always have the good ideas. Oh my God. Okay. Well, welcome to Virtual Coffee Club. I'm very excited to introduce my friend Colleen Rae, who is a singer-songwriter in the Alberta
and
really Canadian country music scene everywhere else. And we have connected back and forth over years, and you've been on my list to come on to Coffee Club for a long time. So I'm finally glad we made this work.
Cheers.
Welcome to it. So where's home for you? You live in Alberta, right?
Edmonton's home, born and raised. I don't think I will ever leave here.
No.
I like to visit places. I like to travel, but this is definitely home.
Edmonton's your home. Oh, I love that. And how long have you been doing music for those who are meeting you for the first time today?
Right. A couple decades. I started as a young child wanting to entertain people. I would like stage shows in my basement in the neighborhood. And I would do that also outdoors in my driveway. I think I started those
curbside concert.
I did. Honestly, when I was singing it was Cyndi Lauper at the time and Reba McEntire, not just country. I was influenced by Tiffany. She was really popular in the 80s as well. And so I always had these little dance routines that I still do today. People are laughing at, have you learned any more moves yet? But if it's not broken, I'm not going to fix it. It's been working. A couple decades now of music and performing and just loving to be around crowds.
Yeah. Oh, that's really awesome. Do you just did it was it something like when you're a little girl doing that, was your family into music and kind of dramatic, or was that sort of your little thing?
Yes, no, my family's really talented. I think my brother should actually be on tours and stuff the way that he can play. My uncle has a band. Anytime we get together, we'd be in the kitchen and there would be guitars. People would be singing and harmonizing with each other at all, like whether it's birthday, Christmas, all kinds of celebrations. And we always support each other. My aunts and uncles are at the shows all the time. And it's just awesome. Like my mom and dad would drive me to any contest that I had, any of the shows. They were like my, team, my security, and always
Yeah,
supportive and encouraged me to pursue this and to follow my heart.
I love it. So, what has been this one will be a hard like I'm going to put you on the spot with this
Sure.
one, but like what's been your favorite moment? If I don't know if you can pick one, but what's been your favorite moment in your career so far?
Oh my gosh. I want to say honestly, currently, what's going on with the whole connection with Brimstone Pictures, having my song officially be in a film. So
Right.
if I go back to the early years when I was in a choir, I got invited to go to Disneyland.
Mhm.
And our choir got to sing, and we performed a bunch of 50s, 60s music, actually. We went behind stage and we learned about music scores and how important music is in movies. And I was like, wow, one day maybe my song could be in a film. And I envisioned it. I actually was like, I could see this happening. And fast forward, here I am in my 40s and it happened. And so from that, a whole bunch of things started to open up and opportunities were just, presenting themselves that I didn't ever experience before, like with the music video that we
Yeah.
got to make.
That's amazing. Are you pinching yourself a little bit, or are you just like so
So
secure in this was meant to be?
Jody, when I actually saw the screening, we had a private screening. I'm sitting there in like the second row and I'm like tearing up, even though I know it's my own song. I'm just like, where they placed it in the film, it was surreal. And I'm talking to people next to me. I'm like, hey, that's me. That's my song. And they're like, oh, it's
Yes.
so
Do
good.
you think the music makes the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you like that too? And listen to this one. Turn it up.
Now,
Yeah.
are we allowed to know what movie it is, or is that
Yes.
a secret? Oh,
No, it's
okay.
not a secret. It's called Spin the Wheel, and it has worldwide distribution. The
Yeah.
team with Brimstone Pictures just absolutely have overtaken the film festival like market and got the attention of many different people that wanted to be involved, and they signed a wonderful deal. And what's been happening for them is they've been receiving what happens. It goes on a film circuit, and they
Right.
get to premiere and they got to basically like how a headliner would like close the show. They got to do that at Crimson Festival. They got to do that in and then they earned the New Jersey Film Awards. They ended up taking home, trophies. There's still nominations going on right now as we speak, and lots of different, publicity and press. And of course, that always like ties back to all the cast, the crew, the people, because it's not just like going and acting. And literally, Jody, like there was something about this process. Like again, I'll back up. When I was younger, I graduated high school. I wanted to be in the industry. And so one of the jobs that I had was working at Jubilation's dinner theater. I was hired on the spot. And my character literally tossed salad my first day carrying the food. I came out and I tripped on the steps. I didn't know the lights were going to go down and the
Oh
show
no.
was going to start. Oh, yeah. And I was like, ta-da, toss salad, literally.
Yeah.
So my opportunities to like act or audition for things were back in my 20s. So fast forward
Yeah.
another 20 years, here's this production, and I saw the script and I was like, I'm going to actually audition. So I did. And here's the weird thing, like behind me where the cupboards are, I didn't have any props to hold my phone. So I propped my phone up in my cupboard. I'm
Yeah.
taping like a conversation, hoping to win the attention of the director. And there was a character, and I did audition, and I did get what they call sides. You read again, and I was like, I got like a callback. It was really
Ooh.
cool, but they cut the character. So,
Yeah.
and my initial thing was I wasn't there to act, but it was something that I was like, oh, I forgot. I love to do this too. Like
Yeah.
theater, being on stage, they're similar worlds. Like it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, you learn your script like you learn lyrics for songs, or at least I do. In order to like keep it up here, I got to write it out. I have to physically practice it and learn it.
That's awesome. Like so many talents, so many
Yeah.
talents. Well, and such a great example of like having a dream and releasing the timeline. Like you could have easily got very discouraged that, okay, I thought about being in a movie 20 years ago and it didn't
Doesn't happen.
happen and it's never going to happen. And love, you could go down this path, but instead you just left it to just keep percolating and it comes to fruition.
I have this motto on my Facebook and it says like, I want to see what happens. Like if I don't quit, right? It's like, it's this idea of, so if you quit, you stop, these things don't happen. Right. Or being patient with myself. Like I have noticed so many other artists, authors, etc. They're like, oh, this didn't happen until, you know, way later than what they expected. So I'm inspired by people like Natalie Hembley. She's a great songwriter. And I mean, she's written so many good songs. And she, you know, when she was accepting her award, she's like, yeah, you know, for those of us in our 40s, it can still happen. And I mean, I have relatives that are 92, 102. So there's a lot of life left in my mind. I'm like, there's so much to do that there's not like I have to meet this by this deadline. I did write a list of 25 things to do before I was 25, and I did accomplish 19 of them. One of them was really far-fetched. It was like open for Reba McEntire. Like that was a little bit far-fetched. I should have said like open for Jake Matthews or open and there's local, and that did happen. So it was like I narrowed it down to open for numerous acts, Susie Boggs, etc. That
I think we should tell Jake, you're the other Reba McEntire.
He's so hot.
You're as amazing as Reba McEntire. It's so lovely. Such a lovely
I should tell him he has to do more changes though. Like
outfit changes. And something with red sequins would be ideal.
Walk up from stage.
Yeah, exactly.
Her show was one of my first concerts that I ever went to. And I was just like, how do you work the stage like that and not be out of breath and be able to change it to, there's a big crew. I get it. But I mean, entertainer of the year. I know why she won that. Yeah.
Have you ever seen Pink in concert? Speaking of the magic of being
Love
able to
music.
do a lot of things.
Talk about a powerful triple threat. Like when I mean like singer, dancer, writer, and on top of that, mother, friend, etc.
And
when I listened
world's
to
best humanitarian. Yeah.
Really, it hit me hard. She was talking one time about being ill and people be like, oh, she's probably just backstage, you know, hanging out. She's like, I'm in the hospital right now. People don't even know that I'm ill because they think like I'm not human, but she's human. And I can totally relate to that. I can relate to the fact that I'm a mom. I have 2 kids. I have a mini little dachshund, got a husband. Is that not like enough to take care of? Like in your everyday?
That's a lot of work all on its own. Yeah. I love it. So we're going to play your new music video today for everybody. Tell me a little bit about this song.
Okay. So Where Did I Go was a tune that I ended up co-writing with Sean Christian. And what happened was I didn't know him at all. I'm in Nashville. I'm at the Ramada Hotel. And I said, okay, can you meet us here? My mom was there in another room. And Sean's smoking a bunch of cigarettes and he's telling me things about his life. And I was pouring my heart out because I'm very emotional. And I was telling him about the loss of my dad. And I said, I just started rambling things about how like I used to be really positive. Now I just see the glass half empty. And he's like, oh, cassette tape at the time was in the recorder and we were taping this. And I had one of these handheld Optimate recorders as well to capture things. Because sometimes when I'm talking after, it's like, what did I say? What was that? Pretty much our whole conversation. And he pauses the tape. He's like, right there, all of this. This is the story. Yeah. And the song was very therapeutic for me. I felt like it needed to be said. It needed to come out. And it was really hard to sing in the studio. I would get super choked up because I kept picturing where my mindset was at the time, feeling really lost. And I was in a dark place at that time. And so I felt like if I could share this message and showing how much hope is in the song, other people would relate to it. And the response that I'm getting back is unreal. I've had people message me about the loss of, a loved one, their husband specifically, or the fact that, they do feel like they they are lost, but they're, once they do find themselves, there's definitely a happy ending to this with the song. And I think that music has a way of connecting people. And aside from like getting the chance to work with Brimstone Pictures and having this music video, it's brought this to such a huge platform. I ended up hiring and working with Aristo out of Nashville. And I mean, they launched the music videos for Trisha Yearwood, Garth Brooks, etc., Brett Kissel. And I'm like, wow, like to know where this has taken the video to people in Brazil have seen it, people in, in all across Atlanta. There's a couple programs that I didn't think it would actually make it to these music platforms because we don't have like a CMT here, but like over in the UK, it's been played a lot. I'm a huge fan of what's going on for the Hawaii program, Heartland Music Channel. That one was a big one. I was fingers crossed that they would understand it, love it, accept it, and they're playing it.
That's amazing. I know sometimes it's weird to think of what's happening in the music scene outside of Canada because,
right.
I mean, we won't go down this path, but the support system for Canadian music in Canada is very weak. And what I'm seeing with a lot of artists is that the support systems in a lot of other countries, especially over in Europe in different places, is so rich and so wanting the beautiful storytellers we have from Canada. So I love that there's a space for it. This is so
I love
good.
that. Yes. I mean, even I see on your program, you have people chiming in all the time from everywhere, right? And we're in that zone or that part of our world where it's like, okay, there are other places to expand to visit, to like travel to. And I've always wanted to connect with more people. And so that's why I think that it's important to like, end up not being limited to thinking that, oh, if people don't get it here,
it's not
good. Yeah,
exactly. We have to redefine our parameters of success all the time.
Yes.
I love that. Okay, well, let's play this video. Excuse me. I'm just going to get rid of those things. And then I'm going to get rid of us. And we're going to bring Colleen's video onto the screen. We'll be back in a moment. It's going to be so.
It's all bad anyway, I just turned it off. Ooh, the crash out on the interstate, I just looked away, I didn't want to know. Oh, what's wrong with me? Am I that jaded? Where am I? Where's the faith? Where's the love? Where's the hope? Did I lose it somewhere between what I see and what I know? Life is passing me by, I'm needing some time to go searching through my soul. Looking down deep inside, I'm just trying to find, where did I go? Half full. I was a fool, 'cause now it's just empty. Ooh, and even on the day we laid you in the ground, I swore up and down that it wouldn't change me, but it changed me, and I'm so jaded. Where's the love? Where's the hope? Did I lose it somewhere between what I see and what I know? Life is passing me by, I'm needing some time to go searching through my soul. Looking down deep inside, I'm just trying to find, where did I go? hope. I found it somewhere between what I see and what I know. Life was passing me by. I needed some time to go searching through my soul, looking down deep inside, and then I will find, yeah, I'm going deep, deep inside, and I will find, where did I go?
Oh my gosh. So amazing. Yeah.
Thank you. From Spin the
Fun.
Wheel. I got to see you got to see little clips of the movie too, right?
Yeah. Right. Exciting. That is such a great video, and it's so put together and so great, and like you look amazing in it. You look like you're like, it's so good, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. Honestly, when I got a chance to work with David Neal and Preston, these guys, they are professional. Like they had it already like scripted out. This is our plan. This is what we're gonna do. And I felt like I was on a movie set, and you see where I'm sitting.
It looks like it.
And it's shot right here in Edmonton, right in the city. So I don't know if you noticed, there's a ledge behind me. There was Rogers Place. And so that made me feel really, really happy that it's like, this is part of me. This is where I'm from. And, you asked earlier too, like what the song meant and where did it come from? And every time that I hear it, I think to having a really strong faith. It's like deep inside, I knew exactly how to get back there, even though, I was lost for a while. I think having that strong faith, it's like definitely pulled me back to where I needed to be.
Well, we often veer slightly off path and we get redirected all the time. So there's a reason for those redirections sometimes.
Very true.
So I appreciate that. And grief is such a,
it comes in waves.
It's such a mixed bag. That's that friend of grief when it's visiting you in your life. And so offering people the opportunity to ride out one of the waves through hope. And I mean, there's so much therapy behind a song and behind music and being able to express yourself when you weren't sure how to. And when someone else gives you the words and the feeling and the music behind what you're feeling, sometimes it almost feels like, oh, somebody gets me. And I think that's a level of hope into itself that you offer into the world. And all of the incredibly talented people in the music industry, you provide such an amazing outlet for all of us to express ourselves. And I think it's beautiful. It's such a great community connection.
It's a cool gift, that's for sure.
Yeah. I love that. So Colleen, if people want to find more of your songs and more of your music and see what else you're up to, where's the best place for them to do that?
I do have a website. It's Colleen-Rae.com. I'm on all the socials. I was trying to be funny. Like my Instagram is a rapper name as Miss MS Colleen Rae. I just thought that would be for the cool kids, Facebook Colleen Rae. But I'm old school. Like I love it when people ask for an autograph CD. So I do still mail those out. They are in the shelves at the Nutters All Natural Foods in Leduc, and they're in Sonichi's, the Alberta location, Edmonton, Ed Stinichi's there. They've got it on their shelves. And so they've been a really big supporter too of local music. And so I love signing the CDs, and I do answer those emails when people send them to me. It's my own team. So
it's not your robot. Yeah.
Right.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for sharing this with us today.
I got to be in the club. I'm in the coffee club.
Welcome to the club. And before I let you go, the one thing I love about when we get to interview people at home is I like to creep what's behind them, which Mine is like a mixed barrage of, you get to see my Christmas llama today. He made it out of the basement. But
Yay.
I see there's an hourglass behind
Yes.
you, and it makes
Oh.
me think of the soap opera.
Yes, I got to show you this. So,
What was it called again? Days
Days
of Our Lives.
Lives. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So yeah, no, I got this
Like
from my mom.
sands through the hourglass. So
Oh,
are the
days of our lives. I could
lives.
even do the Hope eyebrow, only one. I practiced. For those
Yeah.
of you that know the
Oh my
character
gosh.
Hope, she was my
That is
favorite.
amazing.
Hope. Oh, we're speaking Hope this whole series.
Yeah. It's so perfect.
Yes, I used to watch that at a very young age. I probably shouldn't have watched that with all the dramatic scenes of like who's dating who and where.
But you know what? They were so, if you think about soap operas for a moment, they were so dramatic and their storylines were so rich and crazy, and they were so like, but they were never really like inappropriately steamy.
No,
You know what I mean?
no,
Like
yes,
you didn't see
don't turn up.
anything on daytime television.
Yes, that's Max in the background. You're hearing
Hi,
now.
Max.
He has a little popped up. Nobody's here. He's waking up from his nap.
It's just like, what's happening? We got to say hello to everybody.
He needs more coffee.
Well, and I think we all have it. My grandma watched Days of Our Lives and Young and the Restless, and sometimes that was the only thing we'd have to talk about on the phone, is like just giving each other an update about what we saw on the soap opera. So they had their place. Yeah.
It's a good connection for sure.
Awesome. Well, thank you again for sharing with us today. Thank you, Max, for saying hello. Should we be like, who's there? Who's there?
Who's there? Come on over next time, right?
Yeah.
I enjoyed the virtual coffee. Thanks for having me in the club.
Cheers to you.
Yes.
Cheers to everyone. Have an amazing rest of your week, and best of luck with this beautiful new opportunity for you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Okay. Go check out Colleen's website, download some of her music today, and let's continue to support another great Canadian country music artist.